Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy RC. Woo! We got a hot one tonight, dog. Yes, we are in the building. We have a special guest tonight. We have Kat coming with us. She's an entrepreneur. She's a podcast host, and she's also in the top 1.8 percentile on OnlyFans. We on that demon time tonight. Let's get it. Listen, it's 9:02. We waiting for her royal arrival. We gonna get it in. Y'all know the vibes. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come on in. There's no other better place to be than with the RC9INTERVIEWS. Let's get it. Shout out to you all who are joining me today. What up, Fat Lace, Jets Only, J Mizzle. We on that demon time. Let's get it. Oh man, like many of us want to know what's going on in this OnlyFans world. It's more than meets the eye. Let's get it. So while we wait for her to come in here, you know, everybody want to check in. Let me know where y'all from, what y'all do, who y'all represent. I just want to put a little plug in. This is brought to you by RC9 Visions, and I'm your host, RC. And the Cyber Money Special is still going on till Saturday. So y'all hit up that website, www.rc9visions.com. We got half off on every photography service. Understand what I'm saying? We got the Posh Queen in here. We got Who Got Next basketball in here. Plainfield stand up. They in the building. Oh, y'all been waiting for this one. Let's get it. Yes, she said she's getting ready. She's about to make her entrance. And it's going to be on like butter popcorn today because I'm ready to get into it. You understand what I'm saying? We going to get into it. I got the music in the back going on, provided by Amazon. Thank you, Posh Queen. Yes, I got to get you on here too. This is going to be good, y'all. This is going to be good. So, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hope everybody was rocking, rolling, rocking nonstop, and hip hopping and boop bopping. I'm just vibing out over here right now because my heart's kind of pounding. Because I'm kind of a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? We got in some elite guests on here. You know, we Who Got Next? Y'all always been supportive. You know, Jets Only, y'all, you've been supportive. Everybody on here who's rocking with us right now has been supportive. So let me check and see where she at. Because you got my heart pitter-pattering over here. She said, what you going to talk to me about? Oh, some things we'll talk about now. I had your hubby on here. You next. Oh, you on my radar. I just didn't get to you yet. You on my radar. She said, what you going to talk to me about? Oh, you got some things to talk about. Then Grant on a check-in. Oh, y'all ready. Hold on. Let's put up this picture. Let's see. Let us show the guests who we gonna have on here tonight. Just in case y'all didn't get the memo beforehand. We gonna let you know who we got rocking with us tonight. Oh, we on that demon time, y'all. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, listen, if you got children in the background, if they around your screen, move them out the way, because we don't know what's about to go down. Understand what I'm saying? Oh, let's get it. Oh, I'm up here multitasking, and I'm doing my uploading pictures, and I'm over here on the live, because I'm only stalled. I'm trying to keep my nerves. Somebody get my nerves. Gotta get the nerves. Where everybody at? Heard somebody shout out Plainfield. What country y'all in? What city y'all in? Let me know where y'all from real quick. I just want to remember, I'm gonna give us a couple of house rules while we wait. We just want to let you know. You see that airplane at the bottom? Go ahead, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come on in, because there's no other better place to be with the RC9INTERVIEWS. And if you have a comments, any questions that you want to ask Miss Kat during the duration of this interview, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go ahead and hit that little question mark down at the bottom and type in your questions. And we're going to ask. We're going to get into it. This is not the time to be nervous. If any of y'all been wondering and thinking about getting to this OnlyFans world and you have questions, listen, there's no holds bar. It's going down. I promise you. It's going down. Woo. I mean, I should have went to the store and had me a drink or something. My Poland Spring almost gone. I got a thing of apple juice. I said I had to be sober minded because I need to be locked in and focused. We got West Palm Beach in the building. Jets only. Yeah, if y'all need a charter jet, anything, listen, hit up Jets only. They got you. Out in West Palm Beach by way of Jersey in the building. You know what I'm saying? So let me check in with our guests real quick. We here. Let's see. All right. Look, listen, I know y'all got your crackers, your cookies, your everything, your popcorn. I hope y'all got your drinks. Most of your viewers in Jersey. Yeah, it's about right. Most of them in Jersey, but you know, some in Cali, some on the West Coast. You got your wine? What wine you drinking? What y'all drinking? If y'all got y'all drinks, let me know what y'all drinking. What's going on? What y'all drinking? Some Atlanta, some ATL. Look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna just sit there right there for you till she arrives. 1800. Whew, on that 1800. Y'all really on that demon time. That 1800. Oh, you trying to rough McGruff over there. I'm mad. I don't have nothing to drink right now, but I'm all right. Cabernet. He said he feeling grown right now. That Cabernet, 1800 is the devil. Hey. So what y'all think about, tell me what y'all think about OnlyFans. Tell me what y'all think about the OnlyFans. I know there's a lot of stigmas out there. What do y'all think about the OnlyFans? What's good? Oh, look who just joined us. RSVP Cass is in the building. Listen, y'all. If y'all want some grown and sexy conversation, some real talk conversation, y'all need to go to RSVP Cass. Like his it's Sunday nights at 9:00. They get it in. Understand what I'm saying? My boy gets it in. The conversations be heated. It be on point. It be raw and uncut. So make sure y'all tune in to Tsunami Cass on his page, RSVP Cass, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Y'all make sure your Fat Lace in the building too. I just did an interview with Fat Lace and his crew, Beards and Bald Heads podcast, and I was on there just the other day, and it was a blessing. It was great. It's a great show. Make sure y'all check them out. Follow them. Follow the Instagram page. Let's go. Let's support our black men in media. We doing a damn thing. Posh Queen says not for everyone, but we don't knock it. To each his own. I know that's right. I know that's right. Abby, you said you want one? Oh, y'all talking about something else. Okay. What's it like? She making a grand arrive. I'm about to have Alexa give her a phone call and put on blast right here. On live.
I'm not sure.
You heard her? She said, I'm not sure she heard her name. Stay out of my business, Alexa. Stay out of my business. Let me see. Is she in here? Is she in here? Hold up. We talking about OnlyFans? And yes, I want one. On OnlyFans, she said yes. We gonna be talking about everything. We gonna get right into it. And the reason why I invited Kat to this today's discussion to interview her today is because she's open, she's honest, she's raw, and she's uncut. She's a businesswoman at the end of the day. I had the opportunity to shoot her twice, and she's good vibes, very professional woman. So we're gonna get into it, and she has no shame in her game about what she doing, who she is, and her views are very, very interesting. Very interesting. So we're gonna get into it. Yo, my man Philly the Barber's in the building, y'all. Listen, if y'all need a cut, this Jersey's finest here. Over 20 years of precision and excellence. Let me. Can I just give a plug to Philly the Barber, my guy? Here, Philly the Barber is in the building. He plays no games. Ladies, if you need a facial, guys, if you need a facial, if you need your beard tightened up, he got you. If you need your hair coloring, ladies, he got you. He does it all. He's not your regular barber. He's in the mix. He's about the business. For sure. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Philly the Barber. Black on everything. Black on. Here we go. Look at this. Black on everything. Philly the Barber. Shout out. Follow him on right now. Y'all see that right there. barberdevon.booksy.com. North Jersey, stand up. Look, I'm plugging everybody tonight. What if you got a business? Plug it right now. You know, drop it in the comments. Drop it in the box. Let us know what you do so we can support and we can follow. That's what it's all about here. We bring this platform here. Make sure y'all get tested out there. Y'all got y'all COVID test? Did y'all get y'all COVID test? Y'all know y'all status? Listen, let me post mine up here real quick. Bam! Here we go. Negative. Got to be more careful. Whoop! Shout out again to Philly the Barber, y'all. We're about to get started. It might be a long one today. We might be on for rocking for 2 hours because it's gonna be that steamy. It's gonna be that steamy. You understand what I'm saying? Here she go. I told her we on. We waiting for her. She said, "Oh, okay, okay." I mean, everybody here waiting like. There we go. No Cosign Podcast every Sunday, 9 p.m. Let's get it. Feels like, Shaggy? Here we get it. Here we get it. Here we go. Listen, y'all see her Instagram right there. Go ahead and follow her right there. I think her page might be on private. But go ahead and follow so I know what's going on. Ruby a cat 92__. I thank y'all for being so patient with me. I thank y'all for holding me down. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all right now. Y'all probably wondering like what music he got playing in the background. Somebody give me a request. What y'all want to hear right now while we wait for Miss Cat? What y'all want to hear? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Somebody give me a song request right now so I can switch it up a little bit. You know, I can't play it too long because, you know, IG shut it down. Oh, we go. Hey, Jersey Girlie in the building. One of Jersey's finest designers. What's going on? He said, they said bands will make her dance and what? Oh, that's kind of appropriate. She said sex worker. Huh? Hey Alexa, play Bands Will Make Her Dance.
Bands Will Make Her Dance, featuring 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Hey. Hey. Don't let me. Wait a minute. Who put the dollars at? Where y'all money at? Here we are. We at Club RC, where it goes down to red light district. Hey. Woo. Hey. Make her dance. Hey, bands will make her dance. Hey, bands will make her dance. Where my money at? Hold up, I'll be right back. I got some bands for y'all. She don't need a loan. She start twerking when she hear a song. Strip up all her income. We keep tripping and then some. So nasty when she. Hey, we back. Hey. Woo, bam. There she go. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we all been waiting for. Rubia Cat 92 is in the building. Let's go. Cat, everybody, welcome. Hey, we on this energy right now. This is all for you, Cat. They've been waiting for you.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Make sure
Alexa.
that. Hold on.
Shut up now.
Okay.
Yo, the DJ Alexa. Give it up for DJ Alexa, y'all. DJ Alexa's in a building. Bands will make her dance. Wow. Now my heart rate has calmed down. Now we're ready to get into it.
Yeah.
Let me put on my professionalism real quick. 1 second.
No problem.
Hi, Kat. How you doing?
Hi. How you doing?
You nervous?
No, not at all.
I know you're not. I know the vibes. You ain't never scared.
I wouldn't say that. I just don't show it if I am.
Okay. So without further ado, everybody, RC9INTERVIEWS presents to you the one and only Cat. You know, on Instagram at RubiaCat92 __. Welcome. Hello. And if y'all in the room right now, y'all like the house rules I said before, tell a friend, tell another friend to come on in. You see that airplane at the bottom? Go ahead and share it with your friends, your family, your crew. Y'all know what to do. And if you have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to go ahead and drop it in a box, because we want to make sure that everybody get their questions heard. And we want to make sure that, we want to make sure that everybody is squared away. So once again, Kat, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
You didn't have to do it, but you did it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
I'm happy. I said I'm proud. I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
Yes. So just to give yourself a brief, tell people who you are, where you're from, and we'll go right into the interview from here.
Okay. So yeah, my name's Kat, because with the whole Instagram deleting my pages and all that, I know it's hard to keep up. So to make it very simple, my name's Kat. I do a lot. Obviously, so one of the main things I do is I do model. I've been doing that for a few years now. And then I got into the content creation, or if you will, the whole OnlyFans stuff.
If you will.
We know what we talk about, but not everybody knows what that means. So yeah, I do that. I do have my own podcast, and I started my own YouTube channel. So I'm all over the place, but I love it.
All right.
She
said, I don't mind. So I don't mind. So we
and I'm from Jersey. Sorry, I should have said that from the very beginning.
You said you what?
You said where I was from. I said, I'm from Jersey, and I should have said that from the very beginning. Yeah.
She's a Jersey girl, y'all. Give it up for the Jersey girl. I know we got a lot of Jersey folks in the building, so give it up for the Jersey in the building. So
yep.
Once again, I said thank you for coming in today. Listen, you got anything you drinking on? Because we were setting the mood right for you before you came in here.
Oh no, it's just agua.
Some agua. She said she got to keep her body right,
because
keep her skin clear.
This is what I do.
Oh, okay. Let's get to it then.
This is what I do. I don't really drink like that. This is what I do.
Okay. She said, "This is what I do." Where are my hookah smokers and we heads at in here? I know they in here. I said, where are my hookah smokers and we heads at in here? We
got a bunch of potheads out here. Hey, Mariela, we got
They in there. They in here. So you can do what you do. We're gonna sit back, relax, and we're gonna get right into it. So, Kat, tell us about you. You said you smoke. All right. So you said you from Jersey. Born and raised in Jersey?
Well, I was born in the Bronx. So my whole family's from New York.
Okay.
They moved to Jersey when I was little. So, I was raised more on the New York side. Now I live down by the Philly side. So I've been in Jersey, but I feel the two places are completely different. Wow. North Jersey is completely different than South Jersey. So yeah, so that's why if someone said they're from Jersey, you got to specify where in Jersey, because
you said what part? Yeah,
Pretty
because
much.
North
And they'll be
Jersey and
like,
South
what the
Jersey are
fuck
two
is
different
that? Where the
areas.
fuck is that? I never heard of that shit. And I'll be like, yep.
Okay, so you from Jersey. You said the family's from New York, and what is your nationality?
So let me clear this.
Shotgun.
Sweet. Sweet.
Wait,
What did I got it on? So I'm Colombian and Puerto Rican.
Colombia and Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
So
my
who?
mother's Puerto Rican, so she's a New Yorican, as they say. That's
Okay.
like the term for those who don't know. That's basically like there was a shit ton of fucking Puerto Ricans that came to the New York area in the 1950s. So like New Yorican just became a thing. Like, oh, I'm from New York and I'm Puerto Rican. It's like, all right, New Yorican. So that's what that is. My mom is definitely a New Yorican because she was born in the South Bronx, raised in the South Bronx her entire life. And then my dad's Colombian. He was born over there, but he moved to the Bronx when he was a child. And they met obviously when they were older, and that's the fucking Bronx love story.
Look, a Bronx
They
tale, right?
they met in the projects. Well, no, they
And
met
look,
at the gym, but they met at the gym, but like they lived in the projects, like separate.
okay.
But yeah,
Wow.
New York
So
love
how?
story.
So you said then it came over to Jersey,
Hmm.
and how was? So you was raised with both your parents?
Yeah,
Now how was life?
they're still
How was life
together.
like? What part of Jersey? What part of Jersey? Did you say that already?
Yeah, no. So I was raised in a little town. But like most people don't know where it is, so I just say, okay, the Elizabeth Union area. Yeah, okay, yeah. So like that's where I was raised, and I've been there. I was there for a long time, so that's why I say raised there because I was only in New York for a couple of years, and then I went
Mm-hmm.
to Jersey City. When we came to New York, we went to Jersey City, and then we went to where I was at. So yeah,
Wow. So how was life raising up? Are you the only child? You have siblings?
I have one brother. I have a younger brother. Yeah, he was
Younger brother?
born when we were living in Jersey City, so he was born in Jersey City, and then we moved. Because Jersey
Okay.
City's cool too, but like there are certain areas in Jersey City that are not so cool.
Mm. So was you was you like a tomboy growing up? Was you a rough and tough girl?
No, no, I was definitely not a tomboy. Because I love Barbies. I had like every fucking Barbie, and I was like a spoiled little girl. So like every time a new Barbie would come out, I'd like
Mm.
beg my dad to take me to Toys R Us because I used to like not live that far, and I would
Mm.
have all the Barbies, the Polly Pockets. I had all this shit, and I was a big Disney girl too. So like all
Okay.
the Disney princesses, and that was in the 90s, and that was when Disney was Disney. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, so like I grew up on that shit. So yeah, I can't say that I'm a tomboy, and I didn't really play sports at all. That wasn't my shit. I was like, no, I'm gonna sit on the side and talk shit with the girls and go
Mm.
shopping and that. I
Right.
was like that girl, yeah.
So you was a, so I mean being Colombian and Puerto Rican, I know you got a lot of and you like got a lot of fighting. You got a lot. Like, now, were you
Just a little
aggressive?
bit.
Were you always outspoken? Because I know from what I know of you, you speak your mind. You don't give a F what nobody say. You tell people like it is. Like if you don't like it, so what? Kiss my ass and keep it moving.
Yeah,
Like so,
yeah.
how was your personality as a kid?
I think as a kid, like I've always been outspoken, but then there were times that like I was afraid to speak my mind. It was weird. I only got this savage as I've gotten older, because as I've gotten older, I've just stopped giving a shit about a lot of things. And when I was young, I was
Mm.
like, preoccupied with a lot of other shit and other people's opinions. But like I was just always like an expressive person. Like some people do a lot of shit for attention, but
Right.
when I was a kid, I was like wearing bright color. Like you see how I dye my hair and shit.
Right.
I wasn't allowed to dye my hair when I was a little girl, obviously. So I would express that with how I dressed, because that was the only way I could. I would
Mm.
wear sneakers with dresses, and it would look fly as fuck to me, and I didn't care. Like if somebody,
Right.
would say something about like I always did what made me happy, like and I guess that more came out like as I got older with just how. So I was like, fuck it. I've been dressing how I wanted to dress my whole life. Doing my hair the way I wanted to, doing my makeup, funny
Okay.
colors and whatever the fuck. So like, yeah. And then as I got older, I was like, you know what? If I've never fucking cared about that shit, You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Wow. So who like do you have any like younger role models? I like know you say you went to the Barbies and everything, but did you have any person
Yeah.
or people who were role models? Any groups? Any famous singers?
Um, I would say so someone that I looked, you know what is crazy, because like when we're kids, we're innocent, right? So we look
Right.
up to people, and then when we get older, we find out like, yo, that was a horrible person. You know what I mean? We're like,
Mm-hmm,
oh
mm-hmm.
shit. Or like we fall in love with characters, right? And then we
Right.
find out that the actor was a fucking child molester or some shit like that. And you're like, oh fuck, but like I grew up. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Right.
like it's weird because I'm pretty sure that there's people, well, when I was a kid I looked up to, and that I would look at it now like, why the fuck did I ever like that person? You know, but like
Mm-hmm.
you know, our perceptions are different when we're
Mm-hmm.
younger to when we're older. So like I don't know if I can remember who was someone other than like that I really looked up to. I mean, okay, I guess I could say like J Lo
Okay.
and Selena. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's a
Right.
shame because I didn't know Selena. For those who don't, I mean, I think everybody knows who
Yeah.
Selena is. Not this fucking new bitch. Not Selena Gomez. No, I hate
Yeah.
people say no because
Just
the
being
younger
honest, not
generation.
these.
Oh my God, Selena Gomez. I'm like, suck a dick. She was actually named after Selena. Some people don't even know that. Yeah, you know, but like, I'm just like, oh no, not that one. But it's a shame because she died in 1985. So I
Mm-hmm.
was, no, 90, yeah, 95. I was 3. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
can't say that like, I didn't know her while she was alive. Unfortunately, it was after, you know what I'm saying? And then after, you know, that I found out about you know, it wasn't just that she was a performer, you know, a singer.
Mm-hmm.
It was, she was a Latina, first of all, who
Okay.
just broke barriers, you know, and it's a
Okay.
shame because her life was cut short right when she was about to go to the English side, and she would have killed it.
Right.
She would have done so well. She would have been like how J Lo, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot
Right.
of people make
Absolutely.
jokes about if Selena would have been alive, where the fuck J Lo would be. But like, because she would have been that type of person. She would have became an actress. She would have had businesses. She would have been like, and she would still be young. She'd be like what, in her 40s now, 50s maybe.
Right. Yeah, she
Yeah.
would
So
have been
like,
a
it's just a
legend for
shame.
sure, without question. So you
Yeah.
had J Lo and Selena as the people you would consider your role models at the time because they was
Yeah.
Latinas and I guess
We don't really
identify
have
with
any,
yourself.
and that's what I noticed too, is like when I grew like growing up, we just like Latinas, we didn't have a lot of people to really look up to, of like
Right.
positive influences, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, so like I respected the women that I saw growing up, who I saw, because no matter how you feel about like people, whether they have talent or not, a lot of people say that J Lo has no talent. I'm like, yo, whatever, because at the end of the day, the way or they just talk about how she's a diva. I'm like, all right, but listen, at the end of the day, she came from the South Bronx, the same area that my mother
Right.
came from.
Right.
One of the shittiest places to live, like no lie, like not just even in this country, in the world. Like I don't know how some people even like live under certain conditions like that, but you know. So that being said, she hustled, and she's what, 52 now, I think, something crazy like that. She don't
Still
look it,
looking
so
good.
that's why.
Still doing a thing.
But it's just
She's
that
still
she's
doing.
been working. She's been working since she was a teenager, even before that. Like she was dancing, she was
Right.
acting. So that's why I say, like, no matter if you know, we could have an argument about what someone's talent or not, but like when someone's been busting their ass for that long, and then she had fucking perfumes, clothing lines,
Right.
like
She doing it.
I could respect I
She's doing a
respect the
thing.
fuck out of people who, you
Yeah.
know, because a lot of people, they sing or they act and that's all they do. You never hear about them again. You know, so I
Right.
respect people, and just how I am now and how I think, I respect people who are like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna get a perfume. I'm gonna get some fucking bags, purses, socks. I don't give a fuck. They all like, and that's what you have to do. But like, you have to be smart. You know what I
Right. So,
mean? And a lot
question.
of
I do
people
have a
don't
question
get
for you.
that.
So we talking about in teens, even in your teenage years. Did you find a? Did you have any many challenges whether it be peer pressure, with getting bullied, or were you did you stick to yourself, or were you just you did your own thing?
So it's funny because I got pregnant as a teenager.
Mm,
Yeah, a
mm.
lot of people.
How
I
old
don't know
were
if a
you?
lot of, I was 15.
15. Wow.
Yeah, I
So
was
wow. So
super.
talk about that.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, wait, wait,
Was
wait,
that
I
with your
wasn't a normal
first?
teenager. What happened?
Was it was that with your first?
My first and only child. What are you talking
No,
about?
no. I mean, did you get pregnant by your first? Was that the one who broke the
Oh
virginity and
no,
took
he
the?
was no. I was in a year-long relationship with my
Mhm.
first boyfriend, who did take my virginity, and that kind of fucked shit up because then I just fell for any fucking asshole after that. And that's exactly what happened. So,
Right. Wow. So
but either
how did
way, I
that
was
change your
so
life?
young. Hmm?
How did that change your life? You know, being pregnant at that young, obviously still in school.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I still say to this day, like to myself, I don't know how the fuck I did it. I was so young that, like, I just think about now. If I was in that situation now, I would be losing my mind. I would, like, things would be so different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, how the fuck did I do that shit when I
Wow.
was so young? Like,
Mm.
I can't even tell you. I can't even answer that myself. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I mean, I did it. She's here.
I mean,
You know
like
what I'm saying?
with your
So, like,
did you have any help from parents, family members, friends, like any kind of
so,
assistance?
like, did I what? I said what?
Did you have any help from family members
Oh
or anybody?
yeah, so like the only people that have really helped me have been my side of the family. So like my parents, because he was never involved and neither was his family. So
Okay.
like, yeah, so like I'm a true single mom. Like some people will be like, oh, but I'm a single mom, but the dad gets her kid. I'm like, that's great because my daughter hasn't seen her father in 8 years, seven. I don't fucking know. I've lost count. She saw him when
Wow.
she's gonna be 13, so she's
Mm.
12. And she saw him when she was little. Like I can't even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like almost like sitting in a fucking um back high chair in the back, or the back. What the fuck you call that? What is wrong with me? And I can't. I'm so simple minded. I can't think of words. The fucking seat that the baby's sitting in, the car at the baby
Oh, the
seat.
car
Like
seat.
she was like almost like that age. So like yeah,
Mm.
it was a long time ago. You
Wow.
just lose track. Like, and it's because it's not even that important.
So so at that time you have a baby, you're pregnant at 16, having a kid. You know, now
15. I
like
got
your
pregnant when
whole.
I was 15. I got pregnant when I was 15, and it's funny because my daughter and our birthdays are a month apart. So I'm in March, she's in April.
Mm.
Um, so like I gave birth to her. I had just turned 16, like a month before. So
Hmm.
like yeah, she was like a month, like birthday gift.
So basically, at this point, your whole childhood, your youth is cut short right there
Yeah,
because now
for sure. Because I was yeah.
have a child to raise.
Hmm.
So so even dealing with that, how did your parents receive you being pregnant and having a kid of your own at that age?
Well, I mean, I'm Hispanic, and like, let's be honest, we all get pregnant young. I mean, like on my
Mm.
dad's side, for example, my grandmother, his mom, she gave birth to my aunt when she was 15. She had my
Mm.
dad at 16. Like, so, but obviously, the whole argument was, oh, well, that was how things were done back in the day, and da da da. Like, women, they don't do that now. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. But like we all have, the point is that nobody could ever point fingers at somebody because we all know somebody in our family like that had a
Absolutely.
baby that is a teenager. It's ridiculous. Um but even with that being said, like obviously they were pissed because I was so fucking young.
Mm.
And my mom was just like, she didn't she her thing her she just feared my father, as did I. And but what are you gonna do? I mean, I had, like, at the end of the day, I had a decision to make, and it wasn't anybody else's. And I don't know how the fuck I understood that at that
Mm.
age.
Wow.
I understand that now as an adult, but
Mm.
yeah, I mean, they was pissed. My dad didn't talk to me for like 2 days, but that was it. And now, like, that's his granddaughter, that's his baby. So like, there's no like animosity for that anymore. And especially now that I'm, like I said, I'm almost 30 years old. She's almost a teenager. It's like we don't
Right.
talk about like that being a bad, quote unquote, a bad
Mm.
situation. Like if somebody talks about it, it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, she had her daughter young. Okay, yeah, but
Right.
look at where she is now. Look at how well everything is going, despite the fact that the father's not involved, and
Mm.
all these things that were basically thrown against me. I had her young, father's not available, like no fucking government assistance, no food stamps. I had none of that shit. I never have, and I never
Mm.
will. So like all these things were stacked against me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like, who was anybody to really talk shit about? Oh, she had a baby at a young age. Okay, so the fuck, yeah, I did, and guess what? I was able to accomplish.
Right.
You know what I
So
mean?
that's so how did you mentally prepare or get into the mode to be not only a mother but supporting for your child at that age? Like what kind of jobs did you get, or did your family support you
Bro, that's
financially
why I
while you
say to
finished
you,
school?
I that was, without a question, the hardest times of my life. That's why I say
Mm.
to myself, even now, I don't know how I did it. I was literally going to school because I was in high school. And
Right.
I finished on time, mind you, because everybody thought I was going to either drop out or take a year off or whatever, because I could have. But I didn't. I went right back in and I graduated on time. I even graduated at the top of my goddamn senior class just to prove everybody fucking wrong, because I felt like I had to prove a lot of people wrong. So I went ahead and did that. And I can say that I was 15, from when I was 15 to 18 years old. I had, you know, when you just do something and people tell you, like, how the fuck did you do that? Like, even if you pick something up heavy, you're like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how did you do that? And you're like, oh, I don't know. That's how I literally feel like I don't know. The only thing, I feel like one of the things that drove me, like, I was always a good student. That's the thing. I was never one, and that's why some people were shocked that I even got pregnant, because I did well in school. That was never an issue for me, like it was for other kids. But I just feel like after I had her, like, there was just so much shit talking and so many rumors and just so many people who, you know, really wanted me to fucking fail, that I just couldn't let that happen. So it was kind of, I feel like I used
so you
that
just had that fight.
as a motivation
From the beginning.
Yeah, pretty much, because there was just, and you know how when you're a teenager, like, people talk shit and it bothers you, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're older, you know what I'm saying? Like, where to place things, you just know, you become more mature. But when you're a teenager and people are talking shit about you, that's why so many teenagers fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be like, what the fuck you said about me? Let's be behind 7-Eleven. Because obviously you look back at it now, you're like, yo, I really cracked that kid because he said I had a chipped tooth. Like, I really cracked them for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, you live and you learn. So
would you say that your upbringing?
Oh, thank you so much.
Would you say that your upbringing and your having to grow up faster caused you to be more aggressive and more like?
Yeah, and not only that, but I grew up in a strict household. Like, my dad didn't play when it came to grades. Like, he did not play. But that was instilled in me from a child. Like, that wasn't just something new. Like, I knew if I didn't fucking get higher than, if I got anything lower than a B, it was World War III in my fucking house. Oh, you ain't shit, da 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 da. Like, you know, so I just was like, fuck it, I'm just not gonna get C's.
Wow.
I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Like, the bar wasn't set like super fucking high, but it wasn't low either, not at all. Like, I would literally be in some fucking trouble if I got like a 70 on a test or something.
Wow. So your household demanded excellence. They didn't allow you to slack just because you had a kid in your teens, which was seemed to be the norm amongst you know. But they pushed you, and you had to show and prove, you know, what you could do, or they would have been in your crap. So I want to know, like I said, your childhood was pretty much cut off because you had school to focus on. You had your child. At what age did you finally leave the house?
So that's the thing. So like I lived up until recently with my parents, because so obviously I had her when I was in high school. I had like a bullshit part-time job, you know, like most kids did in high school. And then right after high school, I didn't take a break. I went to college. I was 18 years old and I just went to college in the fall like everybody else did. Like, I wasn't gonna ever and I mean, that was something that my father told me too. He was like, listen, do what the fuck you gotta do, but go to school. That was always something that I knew I had to fucking do, whether I wanted to or not. But either way, like, I went to school in the fall. I fucking got my bachelor's degree in 4 years. I didn't.
What did you do? What was your major?
Business management.
And where did you go to school at?
King.
Okay, King. There we go. The King
and
University.
It was cheap. And, you know, I could have got to Rutgers, but that shit was a little expensive.
Hey, listen, you went. You got your degree. That's all that matters. You made it do what it do. Shout out to King University.
I'm happy I got into. I always say I'm happy that I got into the. I got accepted into the Rutgers School of Business, which at the time, I don't know about now, but years ago, it was apparently super hard to get into, especially the program that I was trying to get into. And I was going to the Newark campus. So they, whatever the fuck. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
All right, so you went there, you got your education. You said up until recently, you know, you just left the house. So now you said your daughter is 13 years old, correct?
About to be. She's
12. She's about to be 13 years old.
Her birthday's in April. Mine's in March. So I, give her 4 months. Yeah.
Wow. So she's 13 years old. You know, you're raising a single parent. You said she hasn't seen her dad in about 8 years, or you lost count. So you're dealing with that. how do you deal with raising her and stabilizing her emotionally and mentally, knowing that she hasn't seen her father's not in her life? How does that affect her?
You know what? Not for nothing, and I'll be honest with you, like the fact that he was never involved was actually the best thing he could have not done or did, depending on how you take that. Because, and what I mean is, like, there's a difference from, like, let's say, you know, a baby doesn't know you when he's a fucking infant. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, so let's just say you've been involved in your child's life for up until they're like 6 or 7, right? Mm-hmm. And then you just ghost. Mm-hmm. That's fucked up because they got to know you and they know who you are. They called you dad. And then for you to just go, like, that to me is worse than like the situation with her, which, like, she knows who her father is. She's seen him. I mean, I'm sure she saw him now. She probably would. I don't even know if she would, like, if she remembers what he looks like, to be really honest with you. Like, I don't even know. But like, she never really knew him. You know what I'm saying? So there was never like memory.
Oh, you mean to tell me they like have no moments together, no pictures, anything together? No.
They don't even have a picture together. I found one photo, because she used to do soccer when she was little, when she was like 5 or 6, like in kindergarten. And he used to come to her practices. Like, he only came to a few of them. But he had one picture where she was like standing. Mm-hmm. But the way that, I guess I took the picture, because the way the picture was that he was cut off from right here. Okay. So you don't see him at all. That's the only picture I have. So you don't even see, you just see his hand and the bottom of his body. Yeah.
Wow. So I know your conversation with your daughter is way different, probably than most conversations. Like, as you had a y'all pretty much, they grew up together. Yeah. So I'm quite sure you guys have open and candid conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just been us two, pretty much. So, like, wait, what he said, trying to have.
So hold on. So with your daughter, so you guys have great conversations. I'm quite sure, and we'll get to the question. We'll go back and get to the questions.
Yeah.
I just want to know the relationship with you and your daughter as far as the conversation. How are, like, regular conversation? You talk about the birds and the bees. Like, what? How much does she know? How much have you poured into her?
Oh, my daughter knows the names of the birds and the bees. She knows it all. Well, because you know what is that these kids, they grew up differently than our generation and my generation. Mm-hmm. They already know what shit is because they've had phones longer and social media accounts that we didn't. So, like, they're not stupid. You know, you can't tell them the birds and the bees. They're gonna look at you like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're insulting me right now, if anything. Like, are you fucking joking? And it's like, okay, well, yeah, you know what that is. So, like, you know, already I would say that off the bat, at least now, but even when she was a kid, like, just, I guess because we were so close, I always talked to her, and I always talked to her like she was older. And I don't know if some people may have looked at me like side-eyed or whatever, because I did that. Mm-hmm. But, and it wasn't to be like a cool mom. It was just to relate. I don't know. Like, I just feel like some kids, they don't relate to their parents because, like, they're like, yo, why do you talk to me like, you know, I'm, you know, like, I don't know anything, like, I'm stupid. Because a lot of our times, like, if we don't realize it and we look back on it, like, yo, our parents tried to really think, they really thought we were dumb. And no, you know that, like, you can sense that, like, don't talk to me like that. So, like, I think that's helped. And I've always told her that she can talk to me about anything, and I think that helps a lot because I didn't have that, you know, like, I didn't have that bullshit, like, oh yeah, you could tell me anything, because I already knew, like, no, I can't tell you anything because you're gonna bug the fuck out, you're gonna start throwing your shit in my face, you're gonna start giving your opinion when I didn't fucking ask for it. So it was just, like, I knew I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, but she never felt like she couldn't, and she's told me stuff and in confidence. And so, like, and I'm always just constantly checking in on her. Like, yo, you okay? Are you good? You need to talk about something, especially in this climate, everything that's going on. So, like, you know, so we have that constant dialogue. I can't say, and I love my mother to death. Like, she's my mom, right? But, like, I can't say that I ever had it like that, you know, where it was just like almost like an open door policy. Like, hey, you know, and I don't take anything away from, like, my mom for not doing that, because I just feel like a lot of times we don't ask people how they're doing. You know, we just go along and then we just carry on and have meaningless conversations, but almost nobody just is like, yo, it's been rough. Like, it's been a rough year. How are you holding up? Like, how is everything going? What have you been doing to keep yourself busy? Like, it's
Wow.
almost like sometimes we go through our own stuff as people and we don't, and that's why I say, like, not to blame or put blame on anybody, because so many people do it without even thinking, like, oh shit, I'm going through some shit, but like, I wonder, like, or maybe I'm not going through some shit, but I wonder how my friend is doing. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Right. Just thinking about
Or
somebody else.
whatever. So, like,
Right.
but when you are that kind of person, to just already, like, automatically, like, have that check-in type of thing, like I do with my daughter, that's why, like, she knows, like, she could just, like, it wouldn't be random if she came up to me and told me some shit, you know, because I'm like,
Right.
no, we do that, you know, like, some other parents would be like, whoa, why should I just tell you that? Like, I'm like, because we talk, we communicate.
That's good, and that's good that you guys have that communication. One of the things I want to ask you too, like, being though, once again, you have your child, you're caring for your child's school, so you don't have too much time to focus on the different things. You didn't do sports in school.
No.
How were your relationships? Did you entertain any other relationships after having your child?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. I mean, we all have to learn.
So how did that work out for you? Being though, you know, things didn't go well with the baby father, he's not in a life, you know, in the child's life. So
Well,
how
oh
did you
my
gain your
God,
trust?
I have to cringe. I think, as we all do on certain relationships we've had with people. I had to send my girl a kiss. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I cringe on a lot of the shit because I feel like after I had my daughter, nobody would want to be with me. I truly felt that, because I'm like, yo, I'm 16 with a kid. Who the fuck wants to be bothered with that? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And I already know that these fucking kids my age, like 16, 17-year-old boys or whatever, like, they're not mature enough to fucking handle me or to be in a relationship with just me. Imagine that I have a kid now. So, you know, obviously I made poor decisions. I tried to, you know, at least like the relationships I was in, like, for the most part, I mean, I can't even front to this day, like, up except for maybe like one person, they got along with my daughter, you know what I'm saying? But like, and then I had to learn that it was not cool for me to always bring my kid around other people, but you live and you fucking learn, you know what I'm saying? I was a different person then, I'm a different person now. And I've damn near learned a lot, but I was 16. I just had a baby. I was in high school, and then I went on to college. Like, I try to cut myself some slack by being like, yo, I always had a lot on my plate, too much on my plate. Like, my plate was overfilled. Like, imagine you pouring yourself soup or whatever. That shit is just like, bro, you put too much. That's how I feel. Like, looking back on it now, that's how I feel, like, from when I was like 16, when I had my daughter, till I was like, 25. Like, that whole chunk of time, I felt like I just had so much on my plate. And especially when I was younger, I just feel like I wanted somebody with me to help me, because everybody had, like, not everybody, but a lot of people had a baby father or something. And I felt like I wanted that. I'm not going to lie to you, you know? So I was just trying to find anybody who would be willing to, you know, take the place or whatever. So
with that desire and that, you know, that urgency that in you to want to have that, do you think that led you into like bad relationships? Have you experienced bad and toxic relationships?
For sure. And that's why I say that it's dangerous. I don't care how old you are, what situation you may be, who you are, I don't care. But when you're looking for someone to fill a void, it's never gonna fucking work. And that's what I had to, you know, and especially like that, I wanted the family and the stepfather thing, and I wanted all that because I didn't have it and I felt like I needed it. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with both of my parents, so I wanted that, you know, and I don't think that, and I don't think that it's not natural to want that. I think most people would want that. I think most people want to be, if we would have it the way we want it, we would be in a relationship with the person that we had kids with, right? But obviously it just doesn't happen like that. But when I'm 16, like, in my eyes, I fucked up already because I had a kid with this fucking asshole who was not around and I'm never going to be with again. I had made it very clear that we were never going to be in a relationship again. So I just feel like I fucked up, and I just wanted so badly to unfuck up or to make better of my fuck up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
And
I have,
and with,
yeah.
with that making better of your, you know, say, as you said, fuck up. What steps did you take to make better of that? Once you see you have, you know, repeated relationships that may have not worked out because you were chasing, you wanted that family
Yeah.
structure. What
Yep.
things did you do to build yourself up mentally and emotionally to make yourself a better person, not only for
I,
you but for your child?
I had to be alone.
Mm.
Yeah, I had to be alone because that's why I said from when I was, you know, in my late teens, when I was 17, 18, was when I started to really start getting into relationships again. Up until my early 20s, up until my very last serious relationship. So I was not like, I wasn't one of these girls that every week was having a man, right?
Right.
But like, it was still too much and too soon. And the problem is I wasn't learning in between.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was just, all right, this motherfucker broke my heart. Okay, and this shit happened with this one. And I wasn't allowing myself to heal from any of that shit. So what do you think happened in
Right.
the other relationships? Maybe not in the same way or in the same
Mm-hmm.
form or whatever, but obviously I'm not with them now. So what the fuck does that say? You
Right.
know? So I think when I finally, and it's a shame because like for me, I'm a fucking Pisces. We're hard headed as shit, right? We learn sometimes, like, but when we learn well. Like sometimes we literally need to be okay. She's knocked on the ground. Like, are you maybe now?
Can
But
you hear me now?
I feel like with my last serious relationship, that opened my eyes to a lot. So,
Okay.
you know, no matter how bad shit ended or whatever, I have to be grateful for that. Because I think I needed it. Because I think if that wouldn't have ended so bad or whatever, maybe I wouldn't have fucking learned. Like, yo, you
Mm.
can't do things like this. You can't be with these type of people, Kathy. You can't be with these type of men. Because there were so many red flags. And I know that so
Mm.
many of us, even if we're in a relationship now, we're like, oh my
Right.
God. Like, I see all these warning signs and I see what this person's trying to do. He's trying to control me. He's trying to do this. He's
Right.
trying to do that. But like control could, in my case, control could be confused with love.
Right.
So
Mm.
yeah, it's
That
maybe the
that
tiniest bit of a difference, but there's a difference. You know, there's a very
right.
thin line
It's a
there.
fine line, but there is a line.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, it seemed like a lot of people, you know, not all of them. Let me just put that out there. But a lot of young women who have kids early or just single mothers, they find themselves yes in toxic relationships, but also
Yep.
not only
For a
toxic relationships.
fact.
And I want to define toxic a little bit, touch on some things of toxic relationship, abuse, domestic violence situations.
Yep.
Have you encountered that?
Yeah. And it was with that relationship. That's
Wow.
why I said that there were warning signs and there was things that after this should have happened I shouldn't have allowed, and I did.
Mm.
And
Mm.
to this day, I made a promise to myself from shit that I went through when I was younger, because I was in abusive relationships when I was younger. It was horrible.
Okay.
But I was 17, 18, and whatever the fuck, you know? But I made a promise to myself when I was a teenager, like, yo, you are not gonna let another man put hands on you. You're not gonna let another man put you down,
Mm.
physically, emotionally abusive. You're not gonna allow that ever again. And I
Mm.
did. So
Mm.
now it's like when I really, really, really was like, nah, 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 nah. Like, you have a daughter, you cannot, like, you just can't allow certain shit. I don't care how you feel. And that was my thing, was like, I let my feelings of a person get in the way of shit. Oh, but
Mm.
we've been together. Oh, but I love him. Like, no,
You had to
no.
snap out of it.
Yeah.
So you had to snap out of it eventually. So being taken on a role as a mother and father, you playing both roles, you know, masculine and feminine roles, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
we all know some people know about that masculine feminine energy. I want to know that once you value yourself and knew your self-worth as a person and realize what you were not going to accept no more and what you will allow in your life, was it easier to move into a healthier relationship, or did you ever find a better relationship after that?
What I will say is that after my relationship with him ended,
Mm.
and then shortly thereafter that, because then there were certain friendships that didn't go well. So that's why I
Mm.
have to kind of bunch relationships together, because I want to
Mm-hmm.
make it clear that just as a whole, I have way better people in my life right now. Way better. Like as of now,
Now wait a minute. Now what
2020,
was that?
I know it was a shitty year.
Hold
It
on,
was
hold
a
on.
shitty year, but I will say for the most part, the people I have in my life right now, December 2020, are the realest people in my fucking life that I've ever had, hands down.
Now the people
The
that you have
realest
in your,
relationships,
the
yes.
people that you have in your relation, your friendship, in your circle right now, are these changes that you made on purpose, or these people just somehow came into your life?
I would say so. For me, when I started to get into sex work a couple of years ago, that was when I found out who my true friends are.
Oh,
and that's why I say
it's a whole new
now.
world.
That's why I say now, because a couple of years ago, nah, like those people would not be friends with me now. And that's how I know that I've made way better decisions with who I allow in my life.
Wow.
Because being in this industry, being in this field, I would argue is probably the toughest. Because people are listen, no matter what, people are friends with cops, people are friends with fucking, you know, whatever, all these different kinds of people. But being friends with a sex worker?
Listen. So hold up before you say anything else about
hold
sex.
on.
Listen, hold up. Before you say anything else about sex worker.
Wait.
Cat, hold on. Before you say anything else about sex work, we're going to sign off and come back in because we only been on here for an hour. So we don't want to cut you off. And everybody been waiting to hear about this portion of the interview.
Because everybody heard the whole boring shit about my life. Like, yeah, bitch, whatever. Keep talking. Let's get into it. Yeah.
So what we're about to do is I'm going to sign off and I'm going to come right back on because we need a fresh slate for this second half. And we're going to get into it.
Yeah, y'all got to hear this shit. No more boring.
Everybody who's here now, jump back on.
Sign back on.
A minute or two, and we'll get back on, y'all. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Stay tuned for part 2, y'all.
All right.